Oops. Off that. Yeah. Yes. Off that. What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz the Adult. All right, man. Look at who we have here. It's your man, ShowBizz the Adult. Boy. Look, let's call out a few people that we have in here today. The Guru, what's going on with you? Jose Garcia, what's going on with you? Who else we got? Jay, what's going on with you? So, oops, all right, man. Look, first, I want to say this: this live stream may just be a 2-hour live stream, may just be a 3-hour live stream. I got time today. Oops. We have a lot to talk about, okay? It's only about a handful of subjects, but we have a lot to talk about. Hold on, let me minimize this thing right here. Good. We have a lot to talk about. Look, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. We're hearing from Mikey Garcia that Manny Pacquiao and Mikey Garcia, they're finalizing their fight for May. We have to talk about that. There are so many layers, so many things to talk about when discussing that. Hold on one second. Also, Canelo Alvarez. I see there's some residue a little bit. Is Canelo a hype job? Is Canelo cherry picking? Is he taking the easy road? We got to talk about that. Hamzat Shamayev retiring. Hit the Tyson bell. Is it true? We have to talk about that. And anything else you guys want to talk about, we'll talk about all those things. I think a lot of you guys need to get to know me a little bit. If you have questions about me personally, we could talk about that as well. And that's the Joseph Parker. Black, 2 sugars. We have 150 people in here already, only 2 minutes in, so this is going to be a fire live stream. Hold on one second. Let me find where I want to put everything. And don't forget, hit the like button. We got 150 people in here. Please hit the like button. Only 55 likes. So step the likes up. Another thing, the second place giveaway. We all know that I'm doing a giveaway this weekend for the Adesanya Blachowicz fight. Amanda Nunes is fighting. Jan is fighting. I'm doing a giveaway. Amanda Nunes autographed headgear. Hit the Tyson bell. Sponsored by BUSR.com. Oh, Young King, I mailed out your second place, the Spider-Man PS5 game. I mailed that out to you. Sully, I mailed yours out to you. I mailed that beautiful. I really wanted that photo right here. You have no idea how much I wanted that Canelo and Floyd Mayweather autograph by Floyd Mayweather photo to sit right here. I really did. Hit the Tyson bell. Show your boxing MMA book collection. Oh yeah. I definitely try to. I have to move this camera around to do something like that, but I can just bring them all out, I guess. Second place. So we have the first place. So make sure that you like, that you share, that you subscribe to this channel to get your opportunity to win the autographed Amanda Nunes headgear. Second place we have right here. Anybody who in hopes of getting a PS5 one day, I'm giving away this Call of Duty game for PS5. Now, there are some people that's like, hey, I don't want it. If you don't want it, don't ask for it. Don't say me. If you want it, say me. This is only for people who want it. Only people who doesn't have it. Only people who have PS5 doesn't have this or doesn't have a PS5 yet, and you already have a game to play, right? This is for people who wants it. No need to complain. If you don't want it, don't want it. If you do, say me. There you go, Just Blaze. It's very simple. Okay. So yeah, so that's what's going on this weekend. Everybody hit the like button. We're 5 minutes in. We're not going to start until we got 200 people. But here's another thing. I do want to biz. Congratulations on 79K subs. And we're going to make it 80,000 soon, very soon. I saw the projection for those numbers is going to be very soon, like in a couple of days. How fast we're growing. That's another. We're growing extremely fast. Another thing I'm going to do. We're going to focus on the narrative when it comes to boxing. We're going to focus on the narrative social media What's going on with that? The social media reality, everybody behind a keyboard being an analyst and everybody having something to say. And most of the time, it's pushing fighters to the ground and kicking them in their teeth. Why so much negativity on social media? What's the narrative? Not knowing the truth and just speaking out your ass and echoing it as if it is the truth in an argument. We have to talk about the narrative and what's going on. It's not helping the sport of boxing. Why such a flood of ignorance? Why not just listening to the analysts, listening to the experts, see what the truth really is, and then analyzing that? And I think, man, tell him Biz, 100%. And I think the biggest issue here is there's too much access to these fighters now. So we're going to talk about the narrative, because when I was coming up, you had you had people fighting like Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvelous Marvin Hagler, Roy Jones Jr., Julian the Hawk Jackson, the G-Man. You just watched them fight, and you just took in what you saw. Okay, this guy fought this guy. It was magnificent to see Iron Mike Tyson fight this guy. We weren't going into detail on why he was fighting the guy, if that guy was a cherry picker, if that guy. The reason why I know this is all you need to do, if you want to, go to BoxRec and look at George Foreman's resume, for an example. And then just look, fine-tooth comb it the way we do every fighter today, or the fighter that we love to hate today. Let's talk about Pacquiao's or Floyd Mayweather. The way we fine-tooth comb Floyd Mayweather's career, do that with everybody. And then ask yourself, who is that? Did George Foreman? Wait, this guy was 13-10 and George Foreman fought him as a champion? What we are complaining about has gone on since the beginning of boxing. That is boxing. And what's killing me is they're unaware, or they have no knowledge or no history of the sport and what these fighters do. And we're criticizing them for doing that's just the sport. You can't fight a great fighter after great fighter after great fighter. No one has ever done that, right? So we're going to talk about the narrative, and we're going to talk about the narrative maybe starting now, since we're at 218 people on now. So let's start the show. Hit the Tyson bell. Glad you're doing this right now. Yeah, because here's the thing. Ali's resume, all these things. See, my man, Triple G is a duck. Everything is ducking, but Triple G has a better resume than Charlo, but nobody is talking. You feel what I'm saying? Look, Jamal Charlo is one of my favorite fighters, okay, in the world. But Triple G is a duck, but he has a better resume than Jamal Charlo. Okay, let's start there. Let's start there. Now, I'm not a fan of Triple G's career at all. I'm just wondering what's going on with the narrative, the inconsistencies, the biasness, the ignorance, the blunt, the mentality. What's going on with these people? The mentality of these people. I'm wondering, you guys. And I need you guys to educate me on how you guys are thinking. All right. I did see Teddy Atlas. He had like a soft response to what I had to say. It was a soft response. You know, I'm not sure if it was directed at me, or if, you know, how you just kind of brush everybody in a group. Maybe I was just brushed in a group of people. I saw Teddy Atlas respond, and it's good. It's all good. You know, Teddy Atlas had said what he had to say. But there is a thing that he's doing that threw me off, okay? What Teddy Atlas did, and I love Teddy Atlas. Teddy Atlas, a pillar to the sport. So, like I said, I don't want to be Billy Blanco from the Bronx to Carlito with Teddy Atlas. I got too much respect for that man. But I do feel like he is just kicking down boxing. So he was talking about how boxing, is corrupt, and how boxing is this and how boxing is that, a bunch of negative things. And he was hyping up UFC, talking about how great UFC was. And I was like, okay, he left. He's on the UFC tip now, which is easy to do because UFC has more momentum. And honestly, I can't blame him. Okay, hit the Tyson bell. If you want to thicken your revenue stream, you kind of want to, if you're going to pick one, you're going to pick UFC over boxing. You are. If you're going to thicken your revenue stream, you're going to pick UFC over boxing. So I guess that means this community is going to be the only one holding it down. I do UFC too, but boxing is my heart. And I guess this community is going to be the last one holding it down. Because in this community, we speak positivity, okay? Positive things when it comes to the sport of boxing, all right? Boxing is a beautiful sport. It's doing great things, and I'm here to help educate you guys on that today, all right? Hit the Tyson bell. He's not into boxing. We good. Hit the community. Absolutely. Good morning, Biz. What's going on? And the chat. I love that. Hit the Tyson bell. Let's go. We all in it together, 100%. That's okay. This community is going to speak positivity when it comes to boxing. These fighters, that's all they have is boxing. That's all they've ever had. Boxing fighters come from poverty. Most fighters come from poverty, and we ain't going to kick them in their face and send them back to that poverty by just demoralizing and destroying the platform that they're standing on. No way. So we're going to talk about the narrative in the bank. Hit the Tyson bell. Going to talk about that. Pacquiao versus Crawford is much better. Okay, love your video, ShowBizz. Much love to you. All right, so let's start talking. All right. Let's start with Charlo. Let's start with Charlo. Let's start with the narrative. Let's start with the shaping, the educating, the understanding in this community. You guys talk to me, I talk back. All right. If you want me to hear what you have to say, like to really see it, because we got over 300 people in the chat, you may want to send a super chat. I don't care if it's 99 cents, whatever it is, so I can actually see and read. Because a lot of people are like, yo, you keep missing me. It's like, but people are flying. I'm honestly, the chat's flying, and it's hard for me to read everybody's. So let's talk about it. Jermall Charlo and Canelo Alvarez. Okay. How many of you believe that Canelo Alvarez is ducking Jermall Charlo? Let's start there. Now, understand where I'm coming from. It's not to protect Canelo. I like Jermall Charlo more than Canelo. I can just relate to Jermall Charlo more. That's all. He's not a better fighter than Canelo. It's just how the Charlos are. I know those kind of guys. I know those guys. They crack me up, and they're great fighters. All right, but I'm just asking anybody facts. If you want him to see your chat at him, that can work too. HB, good job. No, hell no. I just want to know. Easy route, Spence. He's ducking. Now, I'm going to ask you guys. I'm late. Up off net. I want to ask you guys. He's ducking. Duck sauce. Let's start slow. How is Canelo ducking Charlo? Let's start slow. I think Mr. Atlas like UFC because Dana has an old school boxing mentality and schedules the best fights, and boxing has somewhat walked away from that. Okay, Sante, good. I'm holding down boxing though. That was just my response. Yes, whatever reason he has is fine. Look, UFC just got them a beautiful asset in Teddy Atlas. I'm not talking about Teddy Atlas as much as I'm talking about me in this community. That's fine. I'm holding down boxing though. Hit the Tyson bell. I can only talk about me and what I'm going to do. That's it. Whatever reason he has, fine. I'm holding down boxing though. Now, explain to me. I'm trying to get why Benavidez the best at 168 in my opinion. Okay. Let's go there. Let's go there. Let's do this. Let me just start talking. All right. Charlo claims, which, like I said, love Charlo to death. Jermall Charlo claims that he wants Canelo Alvarez. All you who really, do you guys really believe that Charlo wants Canelo Alvarez? He wants Canelo Alvarez, right? My question to you is, why are all these people riding the balls of Canelo Alvarez? See, here's the difference between me and a lot of you, all right? I don't put Canelo on that high of a pedestal. I love boxing. I want all of these guys to create their own legacies. Why is everybody looking at this guy like this guy is the pathway to greatness? Why don't you make your own greatness? That's what's killing me more than anything. Jamal Charlo, where is Charlo versus Triple G? Where's Charlo versus Jaime Munguia? Where's Charlo versus Boo Boo Andre? Where's Charlo versus Danny Jacobs? Where's Charlo versus David Benavidez? Caleb Plant. What's going on? For some reason, going for round undisputed is ducking now. Right. I guess fighting the Crusher is ducking Charlo. It is. But see, why y'all correct? Here's a Tyson Bell. Because this is the thing. It has nothing to do with Canelo and what I think about Canelo. I'm not thinking about Canelo. I'm thinking about boxing and why everybody's looking at Canelo saying, hey, you ain't fighting everybody we want you to fight. What is your guy doing? Everybody look at Canelo. He had a string of people that was cherry picks. Okay, so who's the man that you want him to fight? Charlo. All right, who did Charlo fight? Brandon Adams? Dennis Hogan? Has he fought a real middleweight yet other than Sergey Derevchenko? What's going on? Does easy route mean ducking or smart route to greatness? I got 5 on it. Easy route is never the smart route to greatness. Never. I'm asked why are we respecting and loving and capping for the guys who's not doing anything and just looking at Canelo? Look, you looked at Canelo. Canelo fought Yildirim. Who the hell is Yildirim? You tell me who is the guy that David Benavidez is fighting? Who is it? Ronald Ellis? What's his name? Everybody looking at one kid. They looking at Canelo. Canelo, you got to be the face of all of boxing. All of boxing is good based on Canelo? Who the hell is Ronald Ellis? No disrespect. I just want to know. What happened? Okay. Hold on. Canelo Alvarez, hold on. You have an old school boxing mentality, which is why your channel is the fastest growing channel on YouTube. Hit the Tyson Bell. Thanks, my brother. Facts are in the bank. Biz, Canelo is the cash cow. I don't care about cash. I'm talking about the fans. I know the fighters care about cash. I'm talking about you fans. What are we respecting? We're calling Canelo the duck. Okay, fine. He's the duck. Quack, quack. Who's not? Because here's the hardcore truth. Who's one of my favorite boys out there? Sweet hands. Caleb Plant. I said Caleb Plant is a future GOAT, didn't I? I love Caleb Plant, the way he fight, the way he looks at the game, the way he learns from the great ones before him. I love Caleb Plant, but let's keep it unbiased here. Caleb Plant has a fight with Canelo come September. Is he going to fight before September? You tell me yes or no. Is he going to sit there and try to preserve his O, or is he going to fight on his way to September? Canelo Alvarez done fought what's the kid name? Callum Smith, Yildirim, going to fight Billy Joe Sanders, and then fight Caleb Plant while everybody's waiting. Why don't we have David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant? No hate. But I'm just saying, why are we ball riding Canelo? He's cool. But y'all acting like everything goes through him. The greatness of boxing don't go through him. Y'all can fight each other. It's always the fighters who don't take great risks trying to call those who do take risks, risking their O and career duckers. Word is bond. Love you, big bro. Much love to you, brother. I'm asking, while everybody's putting the pressure on Canelo, put the pressure on him. Great. But why are we putting the pressure on Charlo? Why are we putting the pressure on David Benavidez? Why are we putting the pressure on Jaime Munguia? Why are we putting the pressure on the rest of those boys? Caleb Plant, the rest of them. Tell them like it is, Biz. That's all I want to know. Because let me tell you what I know. when there were champions before. Let's talk about the heavyweight division in the 70s, because that's so easy to do. When you had champions before, you still, like Frazier, Foreman, Ali, we still saw Shavers versus Ron Lyle, didn't we? We still saw Shavers versus Quarry, didn't we? We still saw Frazier versus Bonavina, Ali versus Bonavina when Ali wasn't champion, didn't we? Those guys were fighting each other. Remember? We saw, what did we see? Quarry and Ken Norton? They were fighting each other while the champion was fighting. They weren't sitting back waiting on Ali. That's what made boxing so great. They were fighting each other, bro. Correct. Ding, ding. What's killing me is the narrative. Oh, he's ducking my favorite guy, whichever your favorite guy is. And I know I may piss some people off. That's fine. But I love all those boys. But I'm just talking about us fans. The difficult from the impossible is subtracting 2 letters. It's a Tyson Bear. I'm just asking, why aren't we pressuring Charlo versus Jaime Munguia? Boo Andre versus Caleb Plant. There are fights to be made. We talked about how Canelo weight drained Kovalev. How many of you guys feel that Canelo weight drained Kovalev? How many of you guys feel that Canelo weight drained Kovalev? Let me know. Say me. You're right, Biz. Jab the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. We're going to go for 2 hours. Nope, me. Fine, I do. Yes, Miguel, talk. Yes, probably. Yes. Let me tell you a conversation I saw between Charlo and David Benavidez. Charlo said that he was going to break David Benavidez's face. I loved it. I still love it because Charlo's a badass. Jamal Charlo said he was going to break David Benavidez's face. I love it. Jamal Charlo's the badass. Here's my problem. Jamal Charlo said, I'll fight you at a catch weight. We talking about Canelo ducking Charlo at 160. Charlo is the man. He wanna fight Canelo at 168, but he wanna fight David Benavidez at a catch weight? I'm not throwing anybody under the bus here. I'm talking to you guys and the narrative. I told you guys before, if that's fine if you think Canelo is ducking everybody. That's fine. But everybody is ducking each other. They're tweeting, they're talking on social media, and they're talking in a way to duck each other. I know that from the hood big time. I know that from the hood big time. When you act like you're going to fight somebody and you talk louder and louder as long as there are people between you two. So when you're on Twitter, when you're on social media, there's a bunch of things between, and you talk as loud as you possibly can. But then you talk in a way that just doesn't make the fight happen, but maybe everybody give you credit for it. Oh, he said his mama. Remember when in the early 2000s, WBC started to pattern their business model after WWE and consultant Vince McMahon has not been the same since. That was a good point. Can we please recognize the fact that ShowBizz is always unbiased? Hit the Tyson Bell. Bro, I don't have a horse in the race. And the reason why I went off is because of this. All right. The future mega boxing show on YouTube TV. My man. Hit the Tyson Bell. And the reason why I'm going off and I'm using Canelo Alvarez to go off is because I just watched a guy have 3 fights all taken care of, and everybody's getting on him for it. And I'm like, he's the busiest one. I see that he's going to fight Billy Joe Saunders come May. I know Billy Joe Saunders is undefeated. I know he's the WBO champion. I also know Billy Joe Saunders got a better resume than David Benavidez. He got a better resume than Caleb Plant. He has a better resume than Jamal Charlo. He got a better resume than Boo Boo Andre. He got a better resume than all those boys. He fought Chris Eubanks Jr. That guy fought Willie Monroe. That guy fought Andy Lee. That guy, he fought David Lemieux. Billy Joe Saunders got a better resume than all of them. And people see Canelo Alvarez as such a GOAT that they're looking past Billy Joe already. Talking about the fight is already bought out. It's already made. He's already taken a dive. That's some Floyd Mayweather stuff. Because I watched the same criticisms happen to Floyd. No matter what Floyd did, he didn't do enough. He was slightly too old. He was too young. He weighed too much. He weighed too little. I saw the same thing happen to Manny Pacquiao. Why? How did he get the power? He must be on steroids. This was a tweener catch weight. This was a... And those were the only guys mixing it up. I think a lot of fighters are about their O's, so they take the easy route until they can get the big cash fight, like in Canelo, just in case they lose. It's not about legacy, but I wish the sport was. Hit the Tyson bell. Damn, hit the bell again, Biz. Much love, my brother. Hit the bell. And here's my thing. Just like my man was saying, he wished the sport was about legacy. Here's my thing. Instead of, this is why I said this community is about to hold the sport down on our own. Because instead of just complaining about it, we big up the sport. Instead of just complaining about it, we will control the narrative. Hey, the O makes no, I don't care about the O. How many times have I said that? Because I know that will change boxing. I don't care about the O. I care about who you fought. People so slow, they thought that I was saying that you must hate Floyd Mayweather. You're trying to take away from Floyd Mayweather's undefeated accomplishment. No, man, I'm trying to make sure we get the fights we want. If we tell people that we don't care about that O, people won't care about the O. The promoters won't care about the O because we're the fans, we're the consumers. We can shape the environment. If we say that if you're not fighting the right guy, we ain't going to watch it. The promoter's going to put on the right fights. I was playing chess. Forget the O, bro. Canelo is committing to super middleweight now. So in my opinion, the guys at middleweight need to shut up and step up, either fight each other or move up in weight. If you really, I can't see, want Canelo. ShowBizz, you speak the truth. Hit the Tyson bell. Up off net. My man told the truth. He told the truth. Because my whole thing is Charlo, he wants Canelo. No, forget Charlo wants Canelo. I ain't putting the weight on Charlo like that. Y'all fans want Charlo against Canelo. My thing is, y'all not putting the pressure on Charlo to solidify 160, though. Boo Boo Andre's been calling out the Charlos for years, and he has a WBO title. Why we haven't seen that fight? No pressure. All the pressure's on Canelo. Y'all put Canelo too high on the pedestal for me. Triple G has a title. Why don't we see Triple G versus Andre? Triple G versus Charlo? What's going on at 160? Sometimes that's why I like tournament settings, because everybody has to fight rather than talk from across the street 100%, which is why I gave value to Callum Smith when people didn't. Callum Smith became lineal champion in a super series. He fought the man. So I was like, hey, give him his roses, bro. Hit the Tyson bell. Everybody, Colin Smith, who? Man, he went through a tournament, man. Let me tell you what happened to me. Let me tell you what happened to me. Let me tell you what happened to me. What happened to me was this, okay? I was sneak dissing Anthony Joshua when I started my channel. Because I didn't know what the hell I was looking at. I was sneak dissing Anthony Joshua when I started my channel. Thanks to BK, a lot of you guys from the UK, okay? You guys kind of woke me up on a little thing, all right? Hold on. Let me break it down. I started looking around, and I said, hold on. Let me start giving love to those who are fighting. AJ fought Povetkin and Dillian White. Building, they will come. Hit the Tyson Bear. They're fighting each other in that second fight. AJ fought both of those boys. He fought Pulev. AJ, who else did he fight? He fought Klitschko. AJ fought all those boys, man. He fought all those boys. Andy Ruiz twice. AJ is doing all of the fighting. He's doing all of the fighting. And we are talking slick about the guys who are actually fighting. You look at, like I said, Devin Haney, he may be the most special one out of the lightweight division. But at the same time, Teofimo Lopez, he's doing all the fighting. He fought Richard Commey. He fought Nakatani. He fought Lomachenko. He about to fight the undefeated George Kambosos, his mandatory, and now he's calling out Devin Haney. He's doing the fighting. What happened to me, what started happening to me was I started giving love to people who just doing the fighting. So I looked at Canelo. He's fighting. I was looking at Lomachenko. He's fighting. I'm looking at Josh Taylor versus Jose Ramirez. They're fighting. I'm looking at Estrada versus Chocolatito 2. They're fighting. I'm looking at Jermell Charlo. That fool is fighting, bro. I'm starting to give people. Let me tell you, Oscar Valdez said, Shakur, he just announced, Shakur Stevenson want that smoke. We ain't got to wait to build that fight. Fight me next. That's what Oscar Valdez just said. Look it up. Oscar Valdez said, I don't have to wait to build that fight. Fight me now, bro. He's the one with the title. It takes a big man to admit wrong. Big up, bro. 100. Own it. Charlo vaccines only called out Benavidez and ducked him in the same week. This y'all hero. It's not even about dissing them. It's about recognizing what we should who we should give the roses to. That's all. We should recognize who we should give the roses to, the guys that are fighting. And when you guys talk about this guy is dangerous, this guy is dangerous, this guy is dangerous, look at their resume and compare it to the guy you're hating to. That's all you need to do. Because when it's all said and done, when it comes to Canelo Alvarez, Jamar Charlo wants him, but Canelo Alvarez fought Triple G twice and Danny Jacobs. Jamar Charlo didn't. We want him to. Own it. What I want to say is this. And if you notice, I'm not calling out Boo Boo Andre, because Boo Boo Andre was trying to get Billy Joe Saunders. After Billy Joe Saunders turned his back on Boo Boo Andre, Boo Boo said, I'm about to retire, man. Boo Boo can't get a fight to save his life. He can't get a fight to save his life. Okay? All I'm saying is this. I'm never against the fighters. But all I'm saying is this. As Canelo is trying to become undisputed at 168, and he may lose. Caleb Plant is no joke. But while he's trying to become undisputed at 168, what do you want everybody else to do? Instead of crying, and let's just pinpoint Jamal Charlo and Canelo. Instead of crying about Jamal Charlo didn't get to fight with Canelo at 160, right? Instead of crying about that, why not ask, what does Charlo do? Who's his next fight? Because that's what I'm asking. Jay Cooley in the bank. Jay Cooley came in this war room. Jay Cooley came in the war room and said, why doesn't Canelo take on Better BF or Bivol? And my whole thing is, why doesn't Better BF fight Bivol? Because my natural instinct is to think like a leader. I don't put no man on a pedestal. If I was a fighter, I wouldn't be looking at Canelo Alvarez as some pedestal. If I was Better BF or Bivol, I wouldn't be sitting at 175, a whole different weight class, and waiting on Canelo to clear out 168, clear out 160, and then come to me. Thank you, Canelo, for gracing my presence. I wouldn't be on that. I got my own legacy. Forget Canelo. What are y'all doing? Who thinks like that? Who thinks like a follower here? If your favorite fighter is Triple G, why aren't you asking why aren't you saying, I want my favorite fighter to have a legacy that people can't question? Why aren't you asking your favorite fighter, Triple G, to fight Andre or Charlo? Why are you coming at Canelo to fight your favorite fighter? He's your favorite fighter. Triple G is your leader. Why don't you want your leader to go and dominate? Why aren't you asking your leader, Triple G, to fight Jaime Munguia? Why aren't you asking your leader? Why are you asking someone else to come to your leader after fighting him twice? Why don't you ask your leader to take on somebody else, another great fighter? That's what I want to know. You want to talk about the Floyd Mayweather effect. The Floyd Mayweather effect had a big effect on fighters, but it had a bigger effect on the fans. People were hating Floyd Mayweather so much they lost sight of boxing. They wanted everybody to stand in that long Floyd Mayweather line, and Floyd Mayweather got to fight everybody at the same time. Because when he fights somebody else, this person gets older. Then he fights that person. You fought him too late. Then he comes back and fight that one. Oh, you ducked that one. That's what was disgusting about the Floyd Mayweather effect. The fans, and they doing the same thing with Canelo. He fought the mandatory Yildirim. He's about to fight Billy Joe Saunders. Oh, why didn't you fight Charlo? Who is Charlo fighting? Why didn't you fight David Benavidez? David Benavidez, he's fighting Ronald Ellis. Who is he fighting? David Benavidez would have had his shot at Canelo if he didn't lose his crown on a scale. The crown would have never been vacated. We would have had Canelo versus David Benavidez. He lost it on a scale. He would have had a crown. Hit the Tyson bell. I'm asking you guys. I was one of you. I did the same thing to AJ. AJ about to fight Tyson Fury. The guy is quiet and just fighting. I don't give a damn. I don't care if AJ get his butt whooped from pillar to post by Tyson Fury. The guy is fighting him. After fighting Pulev, after fighting Dillian White, after fighting Klitschko, after fighting Andy Ruiz twice, after fighting all those boys, Joseph Parker, all those boys, Pulev, Pavek, all those boys. Usyk wanted AJ, mandatory for AJ, for the WBO title. What is Usyk doing? Twiddling his thumbs? No, he's negotiating with damn Joe Joyce. That's a warrior. If Usyk loses his opportunity to become WBO champion, he loses it, but at least he fought Joe Joyce. Is Joe Joyce a big money fight? Not really. He could sit back and wait on the results between Tyson Fury and AJ. See if he can sit back and keep his undefeated record intact and fight who? He could do that. No, he's negotiating with Joe Joyce. That's a warrior. Not sure if it's my app or not, but I haven't been getting notifications for lives here late. But for the community, hit the Tyson bell. You feel what I'm saying, Best Life? You feel me, Best Life? Canelo will run from Benavidez. What is Benavidez doing, though? Who is he fighting? Who is he fight? What is he doing, though? None of these guys want to fight each other. You guys keep that. See, that's what I'm saying. That mentality is a follower. And honestly, I can't expect everybody to be leaders because who would they lead? It's a bunch of followers. Man, he'll run from Benavidez or Canelo. Stop putting him on a pedestal. You love David Benavidez. Who is he fighting? ShowBizz the Great. I love boxing. I want to know, who are these guys fighting? Because that's what David Benavidez said about Caleb Plant, and it hurt me. Caleb Plant's my guy. But David Benavidez said, hey, if Caleb Plant loses against Canelo, I want to fight him anyway. I was like, wow. David Benavidez said, I just don't like the guy. But David Benavidez also said, they said, you think Caleb Plant is going to fight? Y'all can fight before the September fight. David Benavidez said he ain't going to fight before September. He's going to try to stay there and stay undefeated. I was like, no. Then that's the issue. I don't even know if I believe that. But that's the issue. And I understand Canelo Alvarez is that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. I understand that. But my whole thing is this. He's the only one fighting, and we're hating him. Hey, let's wait for Canelo to beat everybody and get to my favorite guy. Is that the mentality now? Let's wait for Canelo to beat everybody to get to my favorite guy. Is that the mentality now? What is your favorite guy doing? This isn't Canelo love. This is me trying to understand what's going on with everybody else. Forget Canelo. Take him off his pedestal. Forget Canelo. What is everybody else doing? Thank you. These podcasts out here saying Canelo is ducking Benavidez, but not holding him responsible for not being a professional with his belt. 100%. Because let me tell you this. I watched it. See, I'm from a different era. Everybody hit the like button. We got 800 people in here. Everybody hit the like button. Let's get the likes up to 500. I know if you're enjoying the show or not, please hit the like. If you're still here, hit the like button. But let me tell you something. I'm from a bit of a different era. DP, hold on. EC, I have spoken. Yeah, that's why I'm upset with the state of boxing. None of these guys just fight each other. Meanwhile, UFC tries to make the best matchups every show. They do. I love UFC. I love UFC to death. Okay? I can't deny that. Hit the Tyson bell. Teddy Atlas was right there. Okay? It's just I'm going to hold down my sport of boxing, though. Sorry. I'm not just going to hold it down. I'm going to lift it up because I'm going to make boxing the #1 sport in the world again. That's just what it is. Because the sport itself, the sweet science, is a good product. We just got to shape the environment. But let me tell you, I'm from a different culture. I'm from a different dynamic. And I'm trying to, and that's why I can't, you know how what Jay-Z say, real recognize real, and you looking familiar? ShowBizz, a better way of boxing television. My man. I just remember, when Mike Tyson was champion, he was bigger than Canelo. Tyson was bigger than Canelo. And Evander Holyfield was the Boo Boo Andre in the situation. But unlike the guys today, everybody Tyson fought, Holyfield fought because he wasn't going to be denied. Mike Tyson fought Alex Stewart. Holyfield fought Alex Stewart. Mike Tyson fights Bone Crusher Smith. Holyfield fights Bone Crusher Smith. Mike Tyson fights Larry Holmes. Holyfield fight Larry Holmes. I'm going to fight everybody he fights. He wasn't sitting there twiddling his thumbs. Can you imagine if Canelo Alvarez fight Triple G, Charlo fights Triple G? Canelo Alvarez fight Danny Jacobs, Charlo fights Danny Jacobs? That's the Holyfield way. That's the Warrior way. This is my boy Charlo that I'm talking about, not Jamel. Because Jamel, he's a wild boy. He's whooping ass. Jamel, he's talking about fighting Jared Hurd. Jamel's on something. Hold on. When Ward was #1 pound for pound, he wanted to smoke with everybody. Didn't wait for Canelo, Floyd, anyone. Lumped up in the weight and fought because he put himself in a super series. Look. Thanks for the super chat. Let me tell you something. I'm a huge Jamal Charlo fan. Really, I'm probably even bigger Ronnie Shields fan. All right. But I'm a huge Jamal Charlo because I honestly think he's better than Jamel. Sorry, Jamel, if you're watching. Charlo's brothers, if y'all watching. Look, Jamal is just, dude, the guy is fantastic. Jamel is fantastic too, but Jamal is fantastic, bro. The guy is just, he's big, great chin, good athleticism, crazy jab, probably the best jab in the business. Power, just fantastic. Pause. Okay. But as a Charlo fan, I want to see him knock out Triple G, knock out Andrade, knock out Danny Jacobs, and say, I can't be denied, instead of Brandon Adams, Dennis Hogan, Sergey Derevchenko on a unanimous decision, which I thought was a fantastic win. I can't knock that. He's an A fighter because of that, period. But I'm saying that's the excitement of boxing. And like I told you guys before, I just know that there were guys fighting each other while the champion was fighting. My man said Danny ran from Charlo. You see what I'm saying? You're shaping. Let me tell you something, Devin. You're shaping whatever makes you feel warm inside. I don't give a damn who you think is responsible. We ain't seeing the fights, bro. That's what I'm saying. They have not put themselves in a position where they can't be denied. Danny Jacobs fought Canelo. Why? Because Canelo put himself in a position where he was the man. He fought everybody. He did the work. They would have fought if Charlo couldn't be denied, if he was knocking out everybody. And fighting Charlo is a big money fight because he knocks everybody out. I'm talking about Canelo Alvarez is a man just like Charlo. He ain't more man than Charlo. He ain't greater than Charlo as a human being. Whatever Canelo could get done that he's gotten done, Charlo could too. All these guys can. And I hate just bringing up Charlo. Everybody. Boo Boo Andrade, David Benavidez, everybody, bro. These guys need to stop following the Mayweather model and follow the Showtime Sean Porter model. Thank you. Canelo literally said he's not fighting Mexicans. If David Benavidez kept or got another belt, Canelo would abandon his pursuit for undisputed because that pursuit didn't start until David Benavidez lost his belt. But KC, you're talking about what if, coulda, shoulda, who, huh? Stop coming up with everything to knock it. What is David Benavidez doing? You're not hearing me. I'm talking about, let's say Canelo Alvarez is a chump. Let's call him a chump. Like I said, take him off the pedestal. Canelo is a horrible fighter who isn't good. How about that? He's a horrible fighter who isn't good. Let's ignore him. How about everybody else? You're not hearing me. Why isn't Boo Boo Andre fighting David Benavidez? Black Mexican. I don't know. Why is you're not your brain, KC, is not rotating right. You're not understanding my argument here. Jay, Biz, there are no more warriors anymore like how it was back in the day. That hurts. High risk, low reward is the problem. 100%. The gladiators, samurai, and warrior ways are dying out and are rare. Now we have more business in the ring. We need to appreciate the few we have left. 100%. Y'all want to bash Canelo? He suck. Now, what is your fighter doing? That's my thing. Building they would come. I'm not holding Canelo to no standard at all. I'm asking, what is the rest of the world? Why is everyone sitting there in that long Canelo line? And we're following them, capping for everybody else when nobody's fighting each other. And Canelo's fighting 4 times. 4 times in 10 months. 4 times in 10 months. Talking, that's what they're doing. Y'all not hearing nothing because y'all are caught up in that narrative social media world. That's why I got to change it. That's why this community in the war room, we got to change it. We got to go everywhere and change the minds. Forget your O, bro. I don't care about your O. I don't care about your O. Canelo has a loss. Jamel got a loss. Jamel Charlo is a badass. He got a loss. He got a loss, bro. Jamel Charlo's in my top 10 pound for pound. No questions asked. Now, that's a gladiator to me. Jamel Charlo is top 10 pound for pound. No questions asked for me. With a loss. Forget your O. Jamel Charlo, he lost. I don't even like losing video games. He got his loss. Guess what? Now he's more callous. He's tougher. It was embarrassing. I know. You're better now. Knocked out Banana with a jab to the body. Forget that O. Deontay Wilder, forget your O, bro. You took it. That's why everybody is following that trend, and that's why I'm working so hard. You hate Deontay Wilder. No, I hate y'all for crying over this guy's loss. A loss is great. A loss is a lesson learned. It's an opportunity to get better, to learn something. I'm not hating on him. I'm hating on you. When Wilder says egg weight form, he's getting it. But when Wilder say, give me Andy Ruiz, my video got 300,000 views because I put together the best video I possibly could to promote Deontay Wilder for even thinking about Andy Ruiz, bro. Got 300,000 views on that video. I know how to make a viral video anytime I want. Everybody talked about him and Andy Ruiz. I put together the right one. Everyone is chasing the belts instead of beating all of the challengers, so the belt will have to chase them. Yep, talent does not ask. Talent is offered. Hit the Tyson bell. Dollar super chat. That's why I came at Teddy. I love Teddy. Teddy got knowledge from the great Customato. Great Customato, what he did with Wilfred Benitez. Speaking of Wilfred Benitez, didn't Tommy Hearns fight Wilfred Benitez for no title? That's another opportunity. That's another example of guys fighting each other. Didn't Tommy Hearns fight Pepino Cuevas? Just fought him? Guys were just fighting each other. 400,000 views. My bad. I missed it. I undershot it by 100,000. My bad. I told you guys, hey man, you bringing down Deontay Wilder, bro. I built it more than I destroyed it. I know exactly how to make a viral video to try to destroy Wilder, but that's not what I'm trying to do, bro. I know how to make videos that goes viral, but that's not what I'm trying to do. It's not just about me going viral. But when I want to, hey, Wilder talking about Andy Ruiz, 400,000. Let's get it. Man, bro, we ain't even talked about Pacquiao yet. Let me get my room temperature. Y'all talking the war room. I just went on a non-stop hour-long rant. Y'all talking the war room. Get some of this room. Hey, I'm cutting up too, y'all. I'm cutting up. Like I'm cutting up, bro. You know, I bulked up. You guys saw me looking kind of fat. Remember, I bulked up. I was eating all the carbs, lifting heavy. Now I'm cutting. I'm cutting good for the community. I'm gonna be looking good this summer, man. Shredded up. I'm gonna be looking good. I've noticed. Thank you so much. Yeah. I'm gonna be looking good up here. Finally getting to what I used to be before I even started my channel. I started the channel right there, right, with the torn knee. I didn't even get a chance to work. You guys never really saw me at my peak. Swole in the mug, my man. You went fat biz. Yeah. I try to bulk up. They want big bucks. Y'all go ahead. Wilder is the WBC champion, world's best cap and egg shape. I'm done with y'all. Hey man, y'all gonna let off my guy, dog. Y'all gonna let off my guy, dog. Wilder. Y'all gonna let off my guy. But look, all right. What I'm saying is this: YouTube, $20. What the hell? YouTube. Is that YouTube? So listen, look at Beefcake Biz. That's my girl. Look, hold up. ShowBizz, the bodybuilder, my man Percy Mo. Hit the Tyson bell. So look. You just triggered people. Okay. Listen on that Holyfield shape. y'all go ahead, dog. Y'all go ahead, dog. I'm not. Y'all go ahead. It's hard for me to get that energy back. Y'all go ahead, because we'll talk about Pacquiao versus Mikey Garcia in a minute. Y'all go ahead. Oh no. Oh no. Let me get back, because you guys want to be entertained. Let's go ahead and do it. Egg-shaped form. Oh my goodness. Look, okay. When it comes to Teddy Atlas, all right. Love the brother, good brother, great show. I don't watch it as much as I used to. I think it just doesn't come in my timeline like that anymore because of the subjects we cover. But with that said, like I said, he has knowledge upstairs from the great Customato. Okay, this guy, one of my favorite fighters of all time, he trained Michael Moore. All right, he trained Mike Tyson, a friend of mine, an icon, probably the only iconic fighter in the world. You know, you got people that's close to iconic, maybe iconic, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, but Mike Tyson is the next level type of icon. All right. Teddy Atlas wrote books with Burt Sugar. Okay, Burt Sugar is a pillar of the sport. Rest in peace, Burt Sugar. Teddy Atlas has done a lot for the sport of boxing. So the only thing that I have to you can call it a criticism. Ricardo hit the Tyson bell. You can call it a criticism. But I kind of felt like he threw boxing under the bus a little bit. And that's okay. Because in this community, we're gonna hold boxing down. All right. We're holding boxing down here. And we're about to build it up here. Okay. And we're about to change the minds. Let the old go. And while let's stop looking at who we think is the golden boy of the world and start looking at everybody else and pressuring them to fight each other. Because the more great fights we get, the better the sport gets. I am begging for the sport to improve. I'm begging for the sport to improve. Because if we can lose a pillar to the sport like Teddy Atlas, that means we're doing something wrong. I am begging for the sport to improve, okay? Because so we don't have to wait on the next Canelo fight. We need these guys fighting each other. Povetkin, Dillian White, 2, beautiful. All right. Maurice Hooker versus Ortiz, beautiful. Okay. Josh Taylor versus Ramirez, beautiful. We're talking about Estrada versus Chocolatito, beautiful. Those are the fights. Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua, beautiful. We're talking about these guys fighting each other. David Benavidez versus Ronald Ellis or whoever. Come on. Okay. Jamal Charlo doesn't have a fight yet. Come on. All right. Boo Boo Andre talking about retiring. He can't buy a fight. Now, Boo Boo Andre, I can't criticize Boo Boo Andre so much. I'm looking at the guys begging for a fight. All right. But you feel what I'm saying. You feel where I'm going with it. All right. The Sean Porter thing, even with Sean Porter, people are disrespecting him. We talk about we want the sport to improve and be better. And everybody's doing nothing but saying, oh, Sean Porter lost. Sean Porter lost. He fought Errol Spence, bro. Sean Porter lost. He lost. He fought Keith Thurman. He lost. He lost. He fought Kell Brook. Why aren't we turning that loss until he fought? The more great fighters you fight, the more money we should throw. So we can give fighters, the incentives to take the fight, not just stay undefeated. If everybody fought everybody, the level of fighting also increases. Only the special ones make it to the top. 100%. But here's the thing. We will redefine special. While everybody's talking about UFC, right? UFC, some of the best, the guys that we love the most, got losses. Their records look like crap. Nate Diaz, who doesn't love him? His record looks like shit. Look at Masvidal, okay? Look at Cowboy Cerrone. Look at these guys. Undefeated isn't the thing there. It's not. It's not. People got losses up the wazoo. And they're great for it. And they're great for it. Because in the UFC, the tough guy is the guy who fought. Not necessarily the guy who stays undefeated. The tough guy is the guy who fought. Look at their records. 22-12, ranked number 3. 13-5, ranked number 1. Look at their records. You tend to get records like that when you're fighting everybody. And guess what? The UFC fans don't say, oh, he ain't undefeated. He suck. The UFC fans are like, that's my boy. The UFC fans are like, that's my boy. 10-4. That's my guy. Speaking of UFC, Hamzat Chimaev had a temper tantrum, kind of talking about he was going to retire. Dana White said it was an emotional thing because he loves to fight more than anything, and he can't get his lungs together to train the way he wants to train. So he's like, sorry, y'all, I'm done. But he's not really done. It was an emotional lash. All right. Spot on. Thank you so much. Hit the Tyson bell. And most people who disagree with me right here, they're not really listening, or they just want to disagree in a war room. But when you guys turn off the war room and go to the crib in another hour, because we have a whole nother hour to go, facts are in the bank. Everybody hit the like button. We got almost 900 people in here. We only got 470 likes. Everybody hit the like button. Let's get up to 800 likes. Let's get up to 800 likes now. Let's get more people involved. But when everybody's done and you're laying in bed tonight, you're laying next to your woman, or you're laying next to your man or whatever it is, you're sitting back and you're like, hey, man, why aren't we getting the fights, man? Why are we just putting Canelo on this pedestal, man? So let's switch subjects. Let's talk Manny Pacquiao versus Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia has a chance of crushing that dude. Go ahead. Talk. Go ahead. Holla at ShowBizz adult. ShowBizz adult don't know what you're talking about. How do we convince fans that losses aren't the end of a fighter's career? How do we convince fighters to start biting down and fighting their peers? Adam, I created the pathway. Okay, let me tell you my business plan. I'm just going to reveal it in front of 820 people. I'm never going to mention it again. I pretty much got like my own kind of network, don't I? ShowBizz live stream commentary, to where show business partners show up to my commentary and hear the way I call a fight, and what I say is great. I have a whole new generation of younger kids, younger people seeing boxing differently. Oh, he took a loss, he get up and fight again. Let's look at how he gets up, not how he got knocked down. Let's applaud him for taking on a fight. That's what I'm doing. That's giveaways. BUSR.com behind me, sponsor. We working with each other, right? Hey, give this person away. Give this giveaway away. This prize away. Boom, boom. More people come to the channel, right? You don't just come to the channel just to come to the channel. You come to the channel, you get things from boxing, from combat sports, things that are valuable. Muhammad Ali, you learn who these guys are. Sugar Ray Robinson autograph. You learning who these guys are. And you like, hey, look, man, I'm falling in love with the sport again. And then you hear a guy, ShowBizz adult, talk about a guy. Man, Sean Porter lost. Give him love, though. What? One hell of a fight. I can't wait to see him again. I've been doing that since I started the channel. I know what I'm doing. And all you guys in the war room in this community, start shaping. Let me tell you, I have an effect on the boxing community. And I hate doing this. I hate talking about myself, but let's just do it. Okay. How many people now drinking coffee? How many people got black 2 sugars now? How many guys now talking a little bit more unbiasedly? We have our effect. We're just doing it one step at a time in this community. Hit the Tyson bell. One step at a time. More people doing live stream commentaries, stuff like that. One step at a time. One step at a time. Hold on. What else we got? We got a lot of super chats here. And thank you so much. DP, hit the like and share for the community. 100%. Biz, if Canelo goes undisputed, will you rather see him fight David and Jamal, or try better BF and Bivol? I think he can clear light heavyweight. I would like to see him fight Charlo and David Benavidez. I would like to see Charlo move up to 168 too. I agree with Eminem. Only warriors truly come back from a loss. That loss to Mayweather was what made Canelo who he is today. 100%. Floyd took him to school that day. And Canelo became just an all-around better fighter. A warrior and true boxing star. Egg-shaped form in the spike water. Hit the bell. Wait a minute. I got my boy High Low. What did High Low say? High Low said ShowBizz, a better way of boxing television. For all you guys out there. Hold on. Another one. Can you explain how Mikey gets the fight and not Spence? Spence has done more and is a champion in the same weight class. I don't understand. We'll talk about that in a minute. Hold on. I got another super chat. Get used to talking about yourself. You're awesome, man. Thank you so much. It's gonna be hard to do. Thank you so much. Bill got a tweet from Loma. He's ready in May. Yeah, I saw that. But we'll see what happens. It's gonna be Twitter beef, but I'm not sure they're gonna fight. I bought Teddy Atlas and Burt Sugar book because of you. I have become wiser in the history of pugilism because of you, as well as Dempsey book. Oh, you bought a Dempsey? I don't have a Dempsey book. Beautiful. Thank you. I'll check out. I'll look up what's the name of that Dempsey book. That's why I love when Buzz said, I'm not going to talk about Errol because there's other fights he could have. He's truly being great. That was a good point. Fantastic point. Before we talk about how did Mikey Garcia get the fight with Manny Pacquiao, I do want to throw this in there real quick, okay? While when it comes to Canelo Alvarez, my man brought up Canelo Alvarez. Canelo, what was really chapping my ass is that while everybody's waiting on Canelo, because he brought up Floyd Mayweather taking Canelo to school, right? Giving him that, and he getting better. While everybody's waiting on Canelo, Canelo is getting ring time and getting even better. One way to your way. My man, you're right. I still want to see Wilder. Bomb squad. Me too. Canelo's getting ring time and getting better. So while everybody's sitting back, all right, my boy, my man, Sweet Hands Caleb Plant. While Sweet Hands fought Caleb Truax and now sitting back, Canelo is getting more ring time. He's picking up data against Billy Joe Saunders. He get past him. Okay, I fought a slick guy. I'm ready for Caleb. He's just getting better and better, and he's getting ring time better, and everybody's sitting back. I'm telling you, sparring and training is different than getting ring time, real fight ring time. Y'all sitting back and letting Canelo fight everybody and get better and better, bro. So let's talk about if you could beat Canelo, you lose the opportunity with each fight he's fighting. He's fighting every shape and form. Conor Smith way up here. Billy Joe Saunders, this slick. Yildirim, a standing punching bag. Kovalev, light heavyweight. He's fighting every type of guy. Caleb Plant, tall, slick guy. Lara, Triple G. He's fighting every type. Getting better and better. So look. Let's talk about Mikey Garcia, right? And Manny Pacquiao. I said a crazy thing when I said Mikey Garcia can crush that dude. Now, if I were to put money down, I don't know who I'm going to put my money down on. I think the fight is kind of even. I do. I think Terrence Crawford would beat Manny Pacquiao. And I think Errol Spence would beat Manny Pacquiao. Now, in his prime, no. I think Manny beats them both in his prime. At 42, I think Crawford beats him, and I think the True Spence beats him. But I think Mikey Garcia and Manny Pacquiao at 42 is closer, okay? Only because he's 42. In his prime, Manny will beat Mikey too. Beat the hell out of Mikey. But 42 against a closer to prime Mikey, close fight. Now, somebody brought up Errol Spence. Errol Spence is more deserving. I just heard before. Let me ask you this. How many of you, you're number one, thank you so much. How many of you think that Mikey Garcia wants to fight Manny Pacquiao just for money? Say me. Let me get some of this room temperature. Say me. How many of you feel that Mikey Garcia just want to fight Manny Pacquiao for money only? The world is yours. Take it. My man hits Tyson Bell. Me. Nah, me. A lot of you guys who said me. Okay. Why would Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford want to fight Manny Pacquiao? Why would Errol Spence? Manny Pacquiao doesn't have a belt. Why would Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford want to fight Manny Pacquiao? For money only? What reason would they have to fight Manny Pacquiao? For money only? Oh, they're fighting for legacy, but Mikey wouldn't? What are y'all doing? Why is only Mikey fighting for clout, but Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford isn't? How do y'all make that? How do y'all just make that pick? I'm just asking. How do you make that pick? How do you just choose that Mikey Garcia is only fighting for clout, but with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford wouldn't be if Manny Pacquiao doesn't have a belt? That's what I said. 100%. They're fighting, so they're fighting for legacy and resume, but Mikey Garcia isn't. Why? See, that is the narrative. Picking and choosing based on who you dislike, you give a negative reason for them because you're being biased. Best life, my girl. She said, because I said so, bro. Nah, bro. Mikey Garcia is fighting Manny Pacquiao for the same reason everybody will fight Manny Pacquiao. All of it. It's a big fight. Also legacy. And as a warrior, I would love to fight Manny Pacquiao. Say I was in the ring with him. That's the same reason everybody want to fight him, even Ryan Garcia. If you like Ryan Garcia or not, if you like Mikey Garcia or not, if you like Errol Spence or not, if you like Terrence Crawford or not, if you love Manny Pacquiao or not, the reason why they will fight Manny Pacquiao is for all of the above. Money, legacy, get back on the scene, and just as a warrior, I want to be in a ring tussling with Manny Pacquiao. It's all of them. Because you dislike them doesn't mean you got to have a biased, negative reaction towards them. Legacy, and they are more deserving than Mikey. Is all I'm saying. Okay, they're more deserving than Mikey, but that's not on Mikey. That's on Manny. So let's talk about that. Hit the Tyson Bell. That's not on Mikey Garcia. So let's take the hate from Mikey Garcia. I love Manny way more than I love Mikey Garcia. Manny versus Mikey Garcia, I'm rooting for Manny. I'm 40 years old. Okay, I'm always going for the guy with the little gray in his beard. Hit the Tyson Bell. I'm always going for the old man. It makes me feel more alive, okay? But it ain't about who I want to win. I'm going to speak unbiased truths here. Listen to me. Manny Pacquiao taking on Mikey Garcia over Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford is not on Mikey. Don't put the hate on Mikey, just like I never put the hate on Ryan Garcia. Of course Ryan Garcia wants to fight Manny Pacquiao. Of course. I'm not mad at Ryan Garcia for that. Of course. Mad at Manny. Mad at Manny Pacquiao. Okay? Here's the thing, though. I prefer Manny versus Mikey than Manny versus Ryan Garcia. I prefer Manny versus Mikey Garcia over Manny versus Conor McGregor. I am not mad at Manny versus Mikey Garcia. But here's my thing when it comes to Errol the True Spence, okay? Being more, hold on. The bigger question is why Pac would choose Mikey and not Spence. Exactly. Hit the Tyson Bell. Let me tell you this. When it comes to Mikey Garcia, right? When it comes to Mikey Garcia, nobody looks at Mikey Garcia wins. They look at his one loss against Errol Spence. Is that true? Nobody looks at how fantastic and great of a fighter Mikey Garcia is. They look at that one loss, Errol Spence. People didn't even know Mikey Garcia. They only knew Errol Spence. Is that true? Facts. They look at the loss, bro. They look at the loss. They ain't looking at all his wins. He only lost once. They look at the loss. Here's the thing. He fought Errol Spence, though. Back to my original point. It's not about the loss. It's about who he fought. Manny Pacquiao was right there. He watched Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia. He showed up in the ring. Who does he want? Mikey Garcia. That's why I have no problems with Mikey, bro. Y'all don't see things right. Y'all don't see things clear. I have no problem with Mikey, bro. I have no problems with Mikey, dog. Mikey fought Errol Spence, though. Moved up 2 weight classes, fought Errol Spence. So why everybody talking about who he lost is who he fought. Manny Pacquiao doesn't want that Errol Spence. Manny Pacquiao obviously outbidded Terrence Crawford. Room temperature. The same way I criticize Floyd Mayweather, I criticize Manny Pacquiao. I just criticize when I criticize, and I give big ups when I give big ups. My thing is, I like Manny versus Mikey. I think that's a close fight. I think it's a close fight. And I would not be surprised if Mikey Garcia destroyed Manny Pacquiao. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Not for a second. And that looked good for Mikey. Get him back in the conversation. But I wouldn't be surprised. And I'm not mad at Manny Pacquiao for taking Mikey Garcia. That's a hell of a fight, bro. That's a hell of a fight. But I'm just saying, I know he didn't fight Crawford, and I know he didn't fight Errol Spence. And for me, every time they had a conversation with who Manny Pacquiao was going to fight next, there were two consistent guys, Crawford and Errol the True Spence. The third guy was always replaceable. First it was Conor McGregor, then it was Ryan Garcia, now it was Mikey Garcia. And who are the ones that are most likely to fight him? The one that's been interchangeable. None of the consistent two, but the one that's been interchangeable. Though that one has been the one that's most consistently has the opportunity to fight him. Conor McGregor was beating out Crawford and Errol Spence. Ryan Garcia was beating out Crawford and Errol Spence. Now Mikey Garcia is close to finalizing for May, beating out Crawford and Errol Spence. There's a pattern here. After almost 2-year layoff, I think this is a good match for Pac's return. Will still be classic. Yeah. Oh yeah. But wishes would be Errol Spence. Yeah. That's a good fight. Mikey Garcia versus Manny Pacquiao is a good fight. Oh, don't get it messed up. That's a good fight, bro. And like I said, I'm almost leaning to Mikey Garcia. Oops. I'm about leaning because I know how good Mikey Garcia is. I saw him against Adrian Broner. I saw Manny Pacquiao against Adrian Broner. I know how good that kid is. I'll bet you 10K. No, you won't. But I know how good that kid is. I know how good that kid is. Now, here's the thing. With Manny Pacquiao versus Mikey Garcia. There is a chance that Mikey Garcia is capping. Have you guys thought about that? There's a chance. Just kidding. Yeah. There's a chance that Mikey Garcia is capping. Anybody? Say me if you thought about that. Everybody hit the like button. We got almost 1,000 people in here. Please hit the like button. There's a chance Mikey Garcia is capping, bro. Anybody thought about that? Anybody thought about that? Say me, because let me tell you something. I reported for 3 damn videos that Ryan Garcia and Manny Pacquiao was going to happen. And I heard the same thing. Ryan Garcia said it's close to finalizing. We're in on it. Manny Pacquiao in on it. I ain't heard shit from Manny Pacquiao. There's a chance, bro. I'm not saying Mikey is capping, but I heard Mikey say that before. I'm definitely putting something down for Mikey on BUSR. Oh, yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, go to BUSR.com/ShowBizz. Place about your favorite fights. Don't forget, show up to my live stream commentary this weekend, the Adesanya versus Blachowicz fight. Show up to that because I'm giving away an autographed headgear autographed by Amanda Nunez, sponsored by BUSR.com. I'm giving that away. And you guys, Young King, you got your giveaway. Sully Purser, you got your giveaway, right? You know I give away thing. And the second place giveaway is that Call of Duty video game right there. That's just for second place. And hats. All right. Look at Young King. He already like me. So everybody show up to that live stream commentary. I'm giving away headgear autographed by Amanda Nunez. That's beautiful because I noticed I haven't given any giveaways for a female warrior. And Amanda Nunes is the best female warrior in the world, in my opinion. So I gave away autographed gloves, and the guy who autographed the glove is always losing. I switched it to headgear. Let's see what happens. If Amanda Nunes loses, I'm gonna be pissed. All right. I love Amanda Nunes. I'm a huge fan. So I want the headgear myself, but BUSR is sponsoring that. So let's talk about thanks again to you and Miss Biz. Much love to you, Sully. Much love to you. It's a beautiful piece of art that you got, man. Autographed by Floyd Mayweather. It's a beautiful thing. Hang it up on your wall. It's already framed. I got it wrapped in bubble wrap. I got the corners cardboard, and then I got a box over it that's going to protect it. You're going to be just fine. All right. So look, Manny Pacquiao. Look. Here's the thing. I made a video. Okay. I made a video where I said, oh, dude, thank you. Much love to you. I made a video where I said that if Manny Pacquiao were to fight Terrence Crawford, I'll put him in my top 10 pound-for-pound fighters of all time. I said if he beats Terrence Crawford, he's better than Henry Armstrong. I got him greater than Henry Armstrong. And I said if he knocks out Terrence Crawford, he's the greatest fighter of all time. Okay. I got many comments where people were like, you're crazy. He won't beat Terrence Crawford. Bro, that's why I said if he were to beat him, he got to be the best. I don't think that guy at 42 years old would beat Terrence Crawford at all. At all. So I was asked, he may be fighting Mikey Garcia. Where do you put him if he beats Mikey Garcia? Where I got him now. If Manny Pacquiao defeats Mikey Garcia, I keep him where he is now. Top 15, greatest fighter, top 12, greatest fighters of all time. Probably around 13, something like that. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Manny Pacquiao tweeted that my next fight will be a legacy fight. If he fights Mikey Garcia, is that a legacy fight? Yes or no? Because if he beats Mikey Garcia, to me, I keep him there. Mikey Garcia hasn't fought in a while. He's 190 pounds now. Holy shit. Dog, Mikey Garcia is like 180, 190 pounds now. Little chubby. I heard he was 109. It's not a legacy fight. Right? Haney versus Loma. Hold on. Let me check Instagram. Hold on real quick. I gotta check this. This just in? This just happened? Oh, I just got some more news. Oh my goodness. Hold on real quick. Oh, I'm free end of April, early May. That doesn't that's just more talk. That's just more talk. It's a tweet. It's just tweeting. It's just tweeting. Would I like Loma versus Devin Haney? Absolutely. From my understanding, Devin Haney been begging for Lomachenko. Okay? Lomachenko's in a position now where he has to fight somebody, and I like that. That's why I'm kind of off of kicking Lomachenko, because when Lomachenko was like, I'm the best, and they must have cheated me, and that's the only way I can lose. I can't lose. When Lomachenko was on that, I was like, dude, you got to get out of here with that, with that garbage, bro. Lomachenko talking about fight Nakatani and Devin Haney and stuff like. Okay, and that's what I'm saying. Back to my rant. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, win, lose, or draw, fight the fight. Now Lomachenko got 2 losses. Remember, everybody was talking about Lomachenko ain't great. He lost to Orlando Salido. Not looking at the fight and understanding he got hit in the coin purse Okay, more than anybody I've ever seen in my, and he still almost knocked out Orlando Salido. That was one of the worst ref fights I've ever seen. Still, that's fine. Early in his professional career, fine. He got 2 losses now. So fight the fight. Let me tell you something. My boy Sweet Hands, Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant, why wouldn't he fight Callum Smith? Callum Smith coming off a loss. That'll look good for you. That's a Ryan Garcia, Luke Campbell move. That'll look good for you. You feel me? Why didn't David Benavidez versus Callum Smith? That look good. Boo Boo Andre move up to 168. Callum Smith. That'll look good. These fighters not fighting each other. He only lost 3 times in his life. Yeah, Lil Nosh. That'll look good, man. Room temperature. Loma doesn't want Haney. See that's that stuff. That's that stuff. Look, I'm looking in the war room. Somebody just said Loma doesn't want Haney. Okay? Somebody just said that. Why isn't the comment, I would love Loma versus Haney? I think now let's go into the psychology of the boxing fan. Loma doesn't want Haney. As if you're Loma or Haney. But since you're not Loma or Haney, as a fan, why isn't the comment, I would love to see Loma versus Haney? That's that follower. We need more leaders in the war room. I'm Team Haney. Loma doesn't want Haney. Let's go, Haney. Let's go, Haney. Haney doesn't know you from anything. Okay, you don't have to be. Let's go, Haney. You ain't got to be that guy. Be a leader. I want to see great fights. I would love to see Loma and Haney. Why don't y'all make that happen? Let's go. He doesn't want my guy. Let's be leaders in the war room, bro. When y'all talk about what can we do in this community to make better fans, do that. Do that. I understand somebody saying Loma beats Haney or Haney beats Loma. I understand that. That's just you analyzing and saying who will win the fight. But no, he doesn't want him. He doesn't want my guy. Dude, I hate that so much. Okay, let me see. You guys hit me with a few questions. We're gonna start to wind down here. We still got 823 people in here. Everybody hit the like button. That's a lot of people to try to start winding down a live stream. But let's start winding down here. You guys ask me any questions you guys want to ask me about the boxing game and what. Oh, this is what I want to tell you guys. Hold on. This is what I want to tell you guys. Wait a second. Don't leave yet. Esports Boxing Club. Hey, did you guys see the new trailer for Esports Boxing Club? Did you guys see the new trailer for Esports Boxing Club? Did you guys see? Hold on, wait a second. Did you guys see ShowBizz the adult in that? I told you, dog. I told you. We're going to get a boxing game out to you guys. Hey, yo, go check out the new trailer for Esports Boxing Club. Yeah, you saw that. Yeah, BK sent it to you. BK, ShowBizz the adult up in there. And look, and here, I was fully aware I was going to be. I told you guys when I did that video about Fight Night coming back out, People are like, why aren't you talking about ES Box? Don't worry about what me and ES Boxing Club are doing. Okay, esports, me and ESBC, we're doing fine. Okay, we're doing fine. Don't worry about it. But it was so funny to see the back of my head, see my that hot dog 6-pack fat in the back. I can't wait for that game. And when that game come out, I'm busting y'all asses, dog. When that game comes out, I'm busting y'all asses. Hey, BK, put the link to that video where I'm in it. Put a link to that so people can check it out. But in that video, it said it was leaked. So if my bad, if ESBC didn't mean for that trailer to come out, then that's messed up. You know what I'm saying? Ring the Tyson bell, esports boxing club. Hit the Tyson bell. What news? Wait a minute. Wise. Or who you got? Canelo or Billy Joe? I think that's a tough fight for Canelo. I really do. But I got Canelo because I think Canelo's been fighting steeper competition. And I think Canelo's just becoming more just better and better. He's in his bag now. He's almost one of those. He's like when Tyson was on a roll and it looked like there was no beating him. That's what Canelo's at now. Is it okay, y'all? So so I'm gonna head out. My internet is starting to trip out. I'm going to head out to, hey, look, this was a great live stream commentary. Make sure you share this live stream. It was a beautiful live stream. We had a lot of fun. They found your channel was because you beat a dude online in fight night. Oh, really? Hit the Tyson bell. Yeah, but I talked to Esports Boxing Club. Got well, at least Steel City Interactive. We got a good working relationship. Steel City Interactive and ShowBizz Adult. So we're doing fine. We're doing fine. I hope you guys have fun watching the live stream commentary today. You know, I went on my rant. I know we don't agree all the time, but in a war room, we got busy. I'm about to hit the gym. Good stream, bro. Hit the Tyson bell. ShowBizz Adult. I'm out. Huh. Man, beautiful. Look, 720 people still here. Beautiful live stream. Beautiful.